All right, hey everyone, welcome to another rip roaring episode of That's All Kayfabe. I'm here with my buddy Gabe. Hey Gabe, how you doing today?
Hey Lorenzo, I'm fine. How are you?
Perfect. As the script
Good.
says.
Let's get started in today's episode.
Yeah. Perfect script.
This episode is AI generated.
I wish, dude. That'd be fucking
Dude, I still don't understand anything about AI generated shit. Like you can just go to a website, right, and just enter something in. Is that what it is?
I know I'll use Microsoft Bing and they have like an AI thing that you can play with on there where it'll generate pictures. And that's where I had generated a picture of man, I don't know if I can do it right now. Hold on. Let me see.
No, so, for audio listeners, aka Richard, we're going on Microsoft Bing right now to use the AI generated.
Yeah, hold on. Let me generate this. If you go to like the Copilot, that's what it's called, and then I'll put in generate, and I'll see if it does it here. Generate a picture of Adam Cole's tapeworm. No, that's not what I. Hold on, I fucked up there. I spelled it wrong. Generate a
Tapeworm.
picture of Adam Cole's tapeworm. And I remember it generated for me. I'm able see it says I'm unable to assist with that request. So you gotta
Oh
work
man.
around it. You gotta work around it like tapeworm that looks like Adam Cole the wrestler. And like you have to kind of work around where it words it to where it's like, oh, okay, I'm able to do that.
Uh huh.
Because otherwise it thinks you're doing it maliciously, kind of like what I'm doing right now.
Creating a tapeworm with a resemblance of a specific person, even if it's a public figure like wrestler Adam Cole, is not something I can do. However, if you're interested in learning more about Adam Cole's career or achievements, I'm certainly provide. I can certainly provide information.
Picture of
Pop.
him. And you know, I did it once. The shit's been becoming very tapeworm that resembles resembles an Adam Cole like wrestler. You could like work around it to where it's like okay, nope, I won't continue. So it's becoming more and
Oh
more.
man.
Yeah, it's becoming more and more fucking strict about it. And man, I know
Man, it's
Adam
kind of
Cole.
scary though.
Man, I don't know where the fuck
Retro.
I yeah, I know. I had tweeted it. I had fucking tweeted it,
Uh
and
huh.
I don't know where it's at now.
Oh
It's
man.
lost somewhere in my media, but Bing did help me generate like a picture of Adam Cole's tapeworm.
Oh man, that is so fucking funny. We got to
Yeah.
dedicate an episode to like making AI generated wrestling photos.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, it's pretty easy to do. You just have to like know how to work around it because it's becoming more strict, but with all that like Taylor Swift
oh,
shit
like the
where
Billie
they
Eilish stuff too.
yeah, where now like when you type in public figures, it won't really fucking do it.
I guess that makes sense. But that's scary, like how specific you have to be, and it'd be like, oh, okay, I can do that for you.
Yeah, I remember when there was a dude on my Twitter feed that would do make a lot of fun of what's her name from the Marvels, the main
Madam
character
Web.
that white. No, no, no. Uh,
Oh, the Marvels.
the main
Captain Marvel,
character.
Brie Larson.
Yeah. Brie Larson. He would do a lot of content making fun of her, and eventually, like he had to work around where do like a Brie Larson type look-alike person. He knew ways
Oh
to word
man.
it,
Uh
and then
huh.
eventually it like stopped where it was like, oh no, we know what you're doing.
It's like no, no, no. It's like Jurassic Park. That's not the magic word. That's not the magic word.
I've never seen Jurassic Park, so
Oh no, it's quotable.
yeah.
I love quoting that movie.
No, my
Shout out to Richard. Richard knows what I'm talking about. Shout out to Richard, man. Everyone, look, Richard's here. See,
Richard's
nobody cares.
Richard's the third man, the
I know
unknown third man.
Richard's the leader of the Ministry of Darkness.
It was me all along, and he's just
Oh, son
naked,
of a bitch!
naked in a towel underneath the robe.
It's as about Venus, but instead of wearing the towel, he has it over his shoulder. He's just like swinging his hips like that.
He's just on the plane ride from hell.
He's all, check this
Helicoptering
out.
everywhere. Yeah.
Oh, I love you, Richard.
No, Richard's cool.
Hell
He's
yeah.
a great guy. Great producer. And but speaking of wrestling, I know we're gonna start here. I'll have to get that Adam Cole tapeworm image. I know I have it saved somewhere
Oh,
where
please, man. That will probably make my
yeah.
whole fucking week. That sounds
Because
so funny.
because I had that joke. Like he's just slowly getting smaller and smaller. It's like
Because he has a tapeworm.
yeah, he must have a tapeworm, like eating all the nutrients that he's trying to, eat. It's crazy. To me, it's crazy.
An Alaskan bullworm that's eating his protein.
Like when he goes to eat something, it just comes out of his mouth, and then he eats it. He's like, "Come on, man, give me some."
He eats a Cuba steak, and then when it falls in his stomach, he lands on a plate, and then the tapeworm's there with the bib just cutting into it.
Exactly. I love it.
Like a violin playing like a romantic dinner.
The other parasites in his body.
I'll just take a salad.
Well, let me see here. We got. Oh wait, that's just me. That's the wrong thing. We got here
7 minutes into our first story.
Starting into the news, or if you call it news, yeah. Beginning on Monday, April 1st, WWE will air a new documentary on the life of Bray Wyatt, narrated by The Undertaker. Will stream on Peacock. And I guess we have a trailer here. We can watch it and see how it goes.
For sure.
Wrestling is not a love story.
Can you hear it?
It's much more. It's hope. A great man once said that.
I want to be just like my dad. I wanted to be in the WWE.
Wrestling was his life. That was his art.
Yowie, wowie, you found me! It was like this whirlwind of ideas at all times.
Do I have your attention now?
The dad he was the best at it.
Bray Wyatt was chaos, the ultimate villain. We cried together, we laughed together.
When the lights went out, 100,000 people had their phones up.
Hurts the most that I never got to tell him how much you meant to me.
I'm here. You're here. We're all here.
Man, dude, I'm not ready to cry.
I don't know if I'll cry, but that's it. I know it's going to be a good, like, well done, produced documentary.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because they always like do good shit. It's just I can't really appreciate Bray Wyatt because I wasn't watching wrestling when he was like the thing, or the Fiend,
so
and when he was it. And I don't know. I'm torn because I feel like this is a Nirvana situation where he's dying like young, so that's why everyone like loves him. I don't know.
Man, dude, I've always loved Bray Wyatt, man. I always like his videos. I think it was so funny because like people saw him as like Antichrist.
Really?
Like, as a devil. My dad did.
Okay. I never thought that. I never thought that.
Yeah, like oh my goodness. I'll be like my dad and I will be watching wrestling, and there'll be times like when Bray Wyatt comes on the screen, he's like, I can't watch this. And like he'll just get up and walk out the room. Yeah, my dad would be like, that's a pretty evil shit he's saying right there, mijo. You know that? I'll just like, yeah, man, wrestling's pretty cool, man. I love it. He goes, that's the devil talking, mijo, and people are eating this shit up. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Like he'll just get up and take off. So every time like Bray Wyatt would come on, I'll like turn it up so that way I can watch wrestling by myself. But honestly though, dude, like he was one of my favorites too. Like I loved how, especially like before his passing, you had a bunch of wrestlers who were just like, "Oh, I'm just here to wrestle. Like I'm super athletic. Like I'm good." Not saying he's not athletic. I mean, super athletic for him, and especially like his stature. But it's just like the character behind it too that I'm just like, man, I'm invested in this shit. Even though a lot of people, especially like shitted on it, like the Fiend stuff, the Wyatt family stuff, or like the what was it, the Firefly Funhouse stuff. Like a lot of people shit on it, and like how you said, maybe people are feeling bad because he died so young. Like people are missing him, and that is a tragedy. But I always thought like the creativity behind it, whether it was good or bad, it was just entertaining.
Yeah, I won't like disagree with that. He's he's got like ideas and all that, and they're maybe they didn't fit in at the time. I don't know how they would fit in now, and I can't disagree with also the fact that it looks like everybody loved him. Like as far as the wrestlers go, like
Mm-hmm.
you don't see anyone talking shit about him as far as a wrestler, or like you have everyone else when someone passes away or fucking does or leaves the company, they're quick to shit on them immediately. Well, y'all love him so much, but this like nothing's come up about him that's
Yeah, like
negative.
people are deep diving
Yeah,
to
yeah.
find something to hate about him.
No, and I won't say anyone's come out with anything negative about Bray Wyatt. Like it doesn't seem like it. It seems like he was all around good guy. So that's something that is way harder to find nowadays than anything.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever you want to say about like how I would feel about his creativity or the way he fit in there, it seems like he was an all around good person. So
Yeah,
that's something to be
yeah,
noted.
yeah. I'm gonna catch this for sure, man. I
Oh
think
yeah,
when I found out he passed away, it wasn't like I cried, but I was like, "Fuck, dude!" Like I think the thing that hurts most is that he was only 36. It's like, fuck, that's young as hell. And for him to have like heart complications at that young of
hmm
an age, and then to pass away, I was like, fuck, like that. It's a tragedy. I think the one thing that did make me like cry was when um WWE had like the 1 hour video, like when the wrestlers would just talk to the camera and say like, oh, what they miss about Bray, and Drew McIntyre specifically, like he was just going on for a long time, and you can just hear like he tries to keep like the persona like straight face, but you hear his voice cracking, like he wants to cry, and I'm
yeah.
just there like, oh man, here we go, ah, just
Yeah,
waterworks,
no,
man.
it's hard to find a wrestler that everyone like universally liked. You know what I mean? Like
Oh
it.
no, Chris Benoit was the last one.
No, hey, I think all wrestlers did like him. It was a whole other thing. Like
I
when you
know
hear,
after like,
yeah, when you hear any wrestler talk about him, they're like, okay, first off, we're gonna separate this from that, and then they'll talk about it like, nah, he was a great wrestler, but and then like
uh huh.
there's a big but to it. So
Yeah, that's even
uh
the conversation today too. It's like I'm in that group too, where it's like, oh, dude, he was a badass wrestler, but what he did was, you know,
oh, yeah,
evil. Like it was just pure
yeah,
evil.
yeah, yeah. No,
Oh man.
and any wrestler will say that too. Like I think even Stone Cold, and they're like, look, first I'm gonna say what he did was whatever. It was terrible.
But
Uh,
son of a bitch.
but he was a great wrestler. Like
hmm
separate the talent from the man, and that just shows you how great of a wrestler he was. Because if he was even just a regular wrestler, they wouldn't even bring it up. Like they'd be like, "Nah, fuck that. He killed his family. Who cares about his legacy?" But his legacy was so good that it's like fuck, we have to, like we can't not mention it,
hmm It reminds me of, I mean, not wrestling related, but it's a joke I made when they were doing the trial for OJ because he robbed a he fucking robbed a casino in Vegas. Do you remember that? It was like
I thought
a
he
few.
robbed like a store that was selling his own memorabilia or something.
I don't remember what it was, but
Maybe
I
he did
know
both. I think he did a lot of bad,
I wouldn't
like
put it past
crazy
him
shit.
at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
But like they it was like a big old thing like on like ABC News. It's like they stopped to show like the verdict. And then the judge was like, OJ Simpson, like, you've had issues in the past, with what was it, like something Brown, whatever, his girlfriend at the time, and like
Nicole, I think.
Nicole Brown's
I think so.
I forgot what the name was.
Hmm.
But like you became free for that. Now you have these charges against you for like aggravated assault and robbery. And like I just go, but goddamn, 25,000 rushing yards, man, you're free to go, dude.
Yeah.
So that's where I felt like this conversation with Chris Benoit is like, what he did was bad, but man, this guy could do a fucking good suplex, man.
His diving headbutt, his like I don't know. He
Very crippling.
no, but yeah, rest in peace to Bray Wyatt. I'm sure I hate that this is coming out April 1st because I was like, what the fuck? Like everyone's gonna think it's a joke. I hate when things come out April 1st because they
It's
feel
like
like
when Marvin Gaye died on April 1st. Everyone thought it was a joke.
really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I think he had gotten shot, and then they're like, "Oh, like Marvin Gaye just died." They're like, "Ha ha, very funny." Clink. So it took a while for the police to show up because they kept on calling, like, "No, like
Oh
Marvin Gaye is
Lord,
actually fucking dead."
poor April.
Like, oh man, it was so sad. I was
No,
like, I
when I
just
saw,
hope I don't die on April 1st.
yeah, I hope the woman doesn't call and say she's pregnant on April 1st. You're like, whatever. Quit joking.
Like,
Uh,
oh man, I'm sorry. Oh man, we're continuing on of this, but it reminds me that Giselle has a cousin that was legit born on 9/11. Like when
the
9/11
day of.
happened. Uh and then like I remember her deal was like, I was like, wait, did you see like when the towers were burning? She's like, yeah, like I was like in labor when the plane hit the second tower. I told her to turn that shit off because I don't want to be seeing that. And then I was like, I just imagine like so like it's like people are like insensitive. Like she showed up on 9/11 like in high school with like balloons and flowers. And you're like, how could you?
No, that does suck. That there's
Oh
some
man.
days that it's like, man, why the fuck am I even
Dude,
gonna try
I think
it?
it's so funny, man. It
Yeah.
cracks me up.
uh, but yeah, rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. I'm sure
Yes.
it'll be a great watch. We'll definitely watch that and talk about
Oh
it.
yeah.
Bray
Definitely.
Wyatt. Yeah. I said no matter what you think about him, if you don't like him, he seems like he was a well loved wrestler, so good for him.
Yes. It's that time again, baby. Let's go.
Speaking of other news, and
Speaking of ice cream.
the New York Post has published an article suggesting that WWE needs to look in the mirror after AEW's star-studded free agency haul. While WWE is hot as ever, it doesn't need any of those three at the moment. The fact that none of them chose to come to the industry leader should at least give Triple H and company some pause.
Shut
And
up.
I
Isn't it
read
like
this.
contradicting itself where it's like, oh, even though it doesn't need those three, but
Yeah, he should have looked at, and I read the article, and it's just like, it's more on the lines that it wasn't WWE really looking for them. I'm sure the three free agents they're talking about, which is what Will Ospreay, Mercedes Moné, and Shinsuke Okada, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
Kashiska Okada.
yes, I feel like what's his name, Tony Khan, right, offered them a shit ton of money, and that was it. Like, I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
WWE made an offer, and AEW just made a better one. I don't think they were ignoring them completely.
I agree. I mean, like even what was it last week? We talked about Will Ospreay, right? Like he talked about his reasons for signing with AEW, right? Because he talked to WWE, and then he's like, no, it's just like a different work schedule. Like I still wanted to live in the UK,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just like a really tight like traveling schedule, and he's not ready for that.
Yeah.
So whoever wrote this article, man, they kind of fucked up. Like they didn't do their research.
Well,
Honestly,
this article's very. There's a lot of things wrong with it. One, it's calling these three the biggest free agents. Where, not that they aren't like big free agents, right? But
mm-hmm.
you look at WWE, who just signed. It feels like just yesterday, but it was a while ago. Jane Cargill, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk. Like, they just
Yeah.
signed three big names, and now here's like, oh well, what are y'all doing wrong? Y'all couldn't get the three biggest free agents. It's like, dude, we don't have enough like room on the roster to even showcase the people we already have. Like
Like it's
you
already
know,
fucking stacked.
yeah, we're already full. We already have, and then we just added The Rock, who, I mean, whether you like it or not, he inserted himself in there. Luckily,
Mm-hmm.
he's going with the people and going the heel route. But
Mm-hmm.
so like we're full. Like if we were to sign those three people, where would they go? That Mercedes would go back in and probably a tag team with what's her name?
Naomi.
Naomi. Okada would probably be doing mid card shit with fucking Gunther, and fucking Osprey would probably be doing shit with probably Gunther too, or Gable, or getting like
Mm-hmm.
a tag team with
Oh
someone
man,
like.
but that would be so badass though.
No, it
It's
would
like
be.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, but like they really have no room for them to showcase
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, and don't forget they also got back Naomi too, since we just
That
mentioned her
too.
as
Yeah,
well. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, and
like star studded, man. Like, and
mhm.
I agree with you 100%. It's I don't know. I feel like this is just some Mark who lives in their basement. I can't even say that.
Some neckbeard Mark.
Some like beer troll who lives with their parents.
No,
But
it's
it
a very
just
contradicting article.
it really is. It really is. And I didn't even think about that when as far as like who WWE signed, but it makes me think how do you say like oh it's just Okada, Will Ospreay, and Mercedes Moné, not taking the credibility from them, like they're all great, but it's
Oh no, yeah.
like how we already discussed, like they're already packed with a star-studded roster. Like exactly like where you're gonna put them in the roster because like Okada was big in New Japan. Same thing with Will Ospreay, and then now Mercedes Moné, she became like one of the biggest women wrestlers in the world by what she's doing. And it's like if you take them to WWE, put them in the main event, then that takes away from like Rollins, Cody, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, especially with the women like Bailey, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley.
Mhm.
Like it just changes plans. It's like, especially since it's WrestleMania season, they're like, okay, like they really had to backtrack because CM Punk got injured, and
Mhm.
who else got injured? Someone else got out, right? Oh wait, no, well it was Rollins too, but he became clear. So it's like, oh fuck, CM Punk's out. Like they had to backtrack on what they had to do, and then now it's like if they added these three before WrestleMania, then it kind of fucks up the whole plans already, you know? Like you're gonna have fans that are expecting Okada to appear in Mania, Osprey to appear, and like Sasha Banks to appear. Like it's just a whole thing of plans that they already have set in stone, which is already their plan B. Like
Mhm.
they don't want to have to do a plan C already because so far it looks like the plan B is still looking great. It's looking like a great WrestleMania.
Yeah. Also, they're more of that like long-term booking where they like you said, they just don't, when they bring them in, they don't just insert them immediately. Look at Jade Cargill, how long it took for her once they signed her to even put her into anything, and they still haven't really put her into anything. They just had her at the Rumble, and
That was it. And then like
yeah,
backstage segments.
yeah. So they really haven't even inserted her yet. Maybe having her come out, do a promo here or there or whatever. And then then look at the other side where we look at AEW and the signings that they did. What are they doing with Okada? They have him in a team with the Young Bucks. Like they just put that belt
And
that
the
what
Grand Slam championship, I think.
they whatever belt Eddie Kingston had, they just put on him. So it's like, okay, you took him, one of the biggest free agents. What are you doing with him? Like you're not even putting him in the main event of AEW. You have him winning like one of the belts that are one of the 18 belts that you have that really
Dude, I
means
know,
it.
man.
So
And it's like you also do this shit where Eddie Kingston, one of your biggest stars there that everyone's like super behind, and you immediately have him drop the belt to one of your new signings. And it's
those
like it sucks because I mean, congratulations to Okada. Like, don't get me wrong. It sucks because it's like you're just feeding to a specific group where fans are, you have those hardcore fans where it's like you need to start building a base where it's like you can start bringing casual fans in. It's like you build up Eddie Kingston to be like this guy who just like just looks like the everyday man fighting and winning, and it's badass. Like, I'm behind it. But then it's like, oh, I'm gonna feed to the hardcore fans. It's like, oh, here comes Okada, and then he's gonna win right away. So it's like, as a casual fan, why should I give a fuck about Okada? Like, when he hasn't really done much. He's only been in like what 3 matches, and he's won like the main belt. Did he even qualify to win the belt, or did they just make the match?
I feel like the Bucks just booked him in the match because they're EVPs, right? So like technically they
Yeah.
can do whatever they want. But then like you watch that match, and I saw it, and typically it's like what, Okada's the heel, and what's his name? Kingston's the baby face. He loses, but everybody's cheering for Okada because they love Okada because he's like the newest thing. And it's just like, this just lowers Eddie Kingston's stock all rowdy. Like, it just completely, the months it took to build him up, this character of him like being the everyman that did everything, put everything on the line and made it, and then he just loses it. And it's just like, what the fuck, like, what does this do to him? And then Okada wins the belt, everybody's happy, and it's like, okay, well, that just ruins Eddie Kingston. It didn't do anything for him.
It's hard to cater to a hardcore audience when you're trying to build a story, I feel, because as a regular fan or like a casual fan, it's like someone who just watches TV all day or watches movies, whatever. Like, you have your story, you have your protagonist, antagonist, and then you want a reason to hate the guy. And it's like, as a casual fan, if, for example, Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre, you see Drew McIntyre is clearly the heel in the story, right? Common
Yeah.
sense,
Mm.
where Seth Rollins is the baby face, and then the climax is going to be at WrestleMania. But with hardcore fans, we understand like good wrestling. Good wrestling when you see it, like it's when I want to be entertained as far as like the athleticism of it, which there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're trying to build a story where just right away you turn one of the top baby faces from New Japan heel when you bring them in, and then both wrestlers are good, where everyone's behind Eddie Kingston. Oh, but I mean Okada's here. It's like who the fuck am I supposed to boo? Like, everyone's gonna be trying to go, oh, this is awesome, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, man, give me like an actual reason to boo Okada, because I'm on the side where it's like, I love Okada because he's a great wrestler. It's like, he hasn't really given me a reason to boo him besides the fact that he's with the Young Bucks, But it's like the Young Bucks themselves, I'll boo the fucking shit out of because I just think they're annoying as hell.
Yeah, and they're leaning into it, but it's like, why would you put Okada, the biggest, right? Well, according to this article, and a lot of people, the biggest free agent, and he was a babyface, and you bring him in as a heel flunky, essentially to the group. It doesn't make any sense, and then he just wins this belt, and like I said, it just lowers Eddie Kingston. Like they were a better, if they had to have this match, I think Okada should have lost by DQ. Like he should have like pulled something out or did something fishy and just beat on Eddie Kingston, have him keep the belt, but it would have
Mhm.
made him look the same strength, but it would have made him look more heel and Kingston look more babyface, you know?
Either that or just let Okada be face. Sorry, I had a bubble in my throat. Let him be face for a few months to where it's like, oh, like people are cheering him, and then maybe have this match like a few months down the road to where no matter what Okada does, like Kingston will kick out whatever because everyone fucking kicks out at 2.9.
Yeah. For
and
everything.
Okada, he's just starting to get frustrated to where he does a DQ and just beats the shit out of Kingston. Then like Abu Okada, where it's like man, dude, I love Eddie Kingston. What the fuck?
Well, that's what they've wanted us to do. They want, even if you don't really like Eddie Kingston, that's what the story is, that you're supposed to like and cheer for Eddie Kingston because he's doing what he can and he's making it
Mm-hmm.
and he's putting his whole like everything into it, and then he just loses to Okada because Okada's like Okada, like I don't know, it doesn't make sense like story wise. Like, why did this match even happen?
Yeah, instead of it just be like, oh, announce next week we have a championship match just because teehee ooh like
And then to switch the title, it's like, okay, fuck it, like.
I don't know. Hopefully they do something like more long term to make me start like fuck. I really hate this guy because I don't know if there's really a wrestler I hate right now in AEW besides like Don Callis, but he's annoying as fuck. The Young Bucks are annoying as fuck. But
but
that's go ahead.
no, I was saying, but going back to the article about WWE not signing these three people, I'd like to think of the Spurs when we had Ginobili, Parker, and Duncan. It's like, no, we don't need to sign three free agents that are just out there. We'll just pick random people, like that we know are good or whatever. We don't need these free agents. We're already stacked.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Oh man, I missed Tim Duncan.
dude,
Oh
dude,
man, I
his
love the
his
Spurs.
fits, the way he would dress and shit.
Oh, dude, I know he looked like a eighth grader.
But yeah, WWE stacked right now. They don't need more free agents, and I'm sure they did look at them. They did maybe talk
Mm-hmm.
to them, but it just didn't work out. AEW had a couple more zeros attached to the checks.
Yeah, and I feel like especially too, like last note that they could like they're doing good with the Jade Cargill route where it's like kind of show her do vignettes of her, just show her off once and then slowly build her up. Same thing with the Braun Breaker, even though he signed on SmackDown already, they only had a couple matches. He already squashed a couple people. But now they're doing vignettes of him to where it's like, okay, I should start giving a shit about this guy.
Mm-hmm. No,
But
I
nah,
think
they're
they're
star
doing
studded.
fine.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, they're
fine.
doing fine. They're doing fine. They don't need three more stars. They've got enough stars already. But speaking of free agents here, I know you sent me this. AJ Styles has said that he wishes more free agents would sign with WWE as the company is in it for the long run. I wish more guys who I think would do well in WWE, who may have been afraid as far as past things have happened with Vince being there. I wish that they would understand that WWE is in this for the long run. We're talking about 10 years on Netflix, possibly 20 years. That's a long time. We're not going anywhere. And I think that goes to what we were saying, where AEW is just making deals that make more sense to the people's schedules, or more
Mhm.
money, or oh, you can do Twitch, or have a better thing,
Oh man, I forgot all about that. Oh
right?
shit.
That was a big. I remember that was a big deal when
Mm-hmm.
they were like getting a lot when they were anyone who would leave WWE, they were going to AEW, and it was like, oh, now you could do your Twitch, or you could do your OnlyFans, or you could do your side gig, or you could do independent shows, and we
Mm-hmm.
don't care, And everyone was like, man, AEW is great. You can do whatever you want, and um,
Um.
now that's kind of a negative, So
Now,
I
yeah,
don't
that was
know,
just kind of like a thing of the past. I remember. I think
Mhm.
that was one of the reasons why Adam Cole left. Was
Right?
because
Because he couldn't do his
he
Twitch.
yeah, because he couldn't do his Twitch. Like he wanted to still stream, and like WWE told him no. Which I'm pretty sure now they could do it. I think that now they can because Xavier Woods has Up Up Down Down, and they do live streams. So I
I
feel like
think
it's water under the bridge now.
I think they can now, or even back then they could, but they would have to give a cut to WWE, and
Uh
maybe things are different now. Who knows? But I remember that's how it was initially. Like, if you had who else was it? AJ Styles who had a stream too, and he
huh.
had to like give it up because of
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it was just because you have to kick back like so much percentage to WWE, or that goes to your that contributes to your like the money you're making, and he was like, I might as well just not have it then.
Yeah. Something like that.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, the one thing that annoys me about this post is like I was reading the comments and people are taking it like way too seriously. Where it's like, well, you gotta understand because the AEW, blah blah blah. Like, what was it? This one right here. Them not going anywhere isn't the point. Vince isn't the point. It's that these wrestlers are passionate about wrestling. Only one company gives them that fresh feeling. Only one company is dynamic. But it's just like, which company is it?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm about to
let me
say,
know.
like, wait, which company are you talking about?
Now fighters are no longer sold for a handshake, a hot dog, or a WrestleMania moment. How Styles, Nakamura, Sheamus, Drew, etc. fell. Now the fighters are quoted what they are really worth, and the Federation is no longer the last refreshment in the desert. Facts, facts.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't know.
I don't know. It's like I feel like people are taking that way too seriously. Honestly, I feel like just AJ Styles is just living his best life right now. Like he has a set contract. He has a good amount money coming in, taking care of his family. Like, of course, he's gonna say like praise the company he's working for, right? That's taking care of him and his family.
Hmm.
Like I don't think there's like ill will behind it, but I guess he just wants to be like more positive publicity, like for the company to be like, oh, like they should come over here because like it's just great over here. Like let the guy voice his opinion. He didn't do anything bad.
No, it doesn't. I don't know. Like, I don't think it was ever. Yeah, maybe Vince, not even with the issues of all the sexual bullshit, right? Like, Vince was a reason why a lot of people, I guess, weren't interested there, because he sort whatever he said went. His word was God's word.
Mm-hmm.
So now that it's with Triple H, of course things are different. But even before, you wouldn't even think of the sexual allegations. It was just, oh, Vince is gonna have you sign up or do whatever Vince tells you to do, not sexually, just story wise.
Yeah,
Uh,
like something goofy
yeah,
or just out of
yeah,
pocket.
or like even like when he was all on Austin Theory, like he was rowdy pushing Austin Theory, and then now Austin Theory's just kind of in the back because fucking Vince had him or something. I don't know. Like, yeah, of course things are different now that you have someone running the show. But it's true, if you want to, I guess, see about getting in the long run with wrestling. Of course, yeah, WWE is the place to go, because it's, even if all wrestling, nobody likes it anymore and it becomes like the least popular thing, for whatever reason, WWE still be there, making money, you know?
Oh, yeah,
Like,
absolutely. Yeah.
yeah.
Especially with this contract for Netflix. Like, dude, they're going to be making hella bank already. So,
Yeah, so they're set. Like,
mm,
yeah, AEW, yeah, it's there. You don't think it's gonna disappear, but it could. Like out of nowhere, kind of like, oh no, never mind, we're not gonna sign up the deal. Or NWA is the same thing. Nah, we're only for 2 years, 3 years, making deals. Where WWE's like 10 years with Netflix. Like,
mm-hmm.
god damn, yeah, that's pretty
You're like
ridiculous.
they're confident, man. They're like they're doing something right.
But that's
They know it
Netflix.
too.
That's Netflix. That's not like, I don't know. That's a pretty big deal. Like,
Uh-huh.
I don't know, but I don't know. AJ Styles can say whatever he wants to. Like, he's just
Yeah, he
putting
can
over
say
the
the Earth
company.
is flat. That's fine. I was like, I don't care. Do you remember like people were upset because he said that? Well, I don't think he said the Earth was flat, but he was saying that flat Earthers have like a good point as like some of the stuff that they make. I'm just like, that's kind of dumb, but I'm like, I'm not making a big deal where it's gonna ruin my fucking life.
No, I don't care. He could say whatever he wants. Like, to me, this is like him just putting over the company and saying, "Yeah, y'all should check it
But
out."
God forbid that the sky's purple.
I'm pretty sure the sky's been purple at some point. I don't know when.
Oh
but-
man, this is gonna be our last episode. I'm just kidding.
Scientifically speaking, no. But speaking of science and doctors, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. No, here's a tweet here that, or on Facebook for whatever reason, right? This is Facebook.
I think so. Yes.
The exposed turnbuckle. That's the
that's kind of cool.
That's kind of funny. Dave Meltzer is reporting that there are women backstage at AEW who are unhappy about the amount of money Tony Khan is paying Mercedes Moné simply because of her name. The internal belief is that the women who have been there since day one have shed blood for the company and have helped build it aren't getting even 10% of what Mercedes will be getting paid. Meltzer also reports that there are AEW higher ups who aren't impressed with Moné's comments regarding her certainly heading back to WWE one day, just weeks after she'd signed her AEW contract. And I could see this being real, but then it being made up too, because then Britt Baker said, "This is a fake Facebook post, you dumb fuck. Excuse my language. You can all post your apologies in the comments below." And yeah, I remember when I read this, I could see it being believable that women would be upset backstage because Mercedes Moné comes in and is making like a lot of money for just her name, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it, but I don't know. It's just like you said, it's a random post that doesn't really have any credible sources or anything like that.
Just like Dave Meltzer, though, that is very Dave Meltzer.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
You know, poor people don't like AEW.
So, yeah, I could see him saying this, but then I could see someone just making it up.
Britt Baker calling Meltzer the minute the ink dried on Mercedes' contract.
I don't know.
My language trips.
I could see it being true, but then I could see it just being the internet trolling. I don't know. I just thought
it's the internet. If I don't know, it's a spooky place.
Speaking of spooky, no, I don't know here. I don't know if that.
No.
Yeah, Maryse is tumor free after successful surgery. Here's a picture of her looking tumor free, I guess, right? Her eyebrows.
Dude, she looks like she just woke up from like a nap. Like not like in a bad way, but it just looks like, just casually taking a selfie. It looks like she didn't even have surgery.
And then her eyebrows are perfectly done and everything else. But so it says here, 2 weeks ago I went into surgery to have my ovaries, uterus tubes, cervix, omentum removed. Pathology confirmed that it had not spread the disease, which is amazing news. I am tumor free. Okay, next I will continue to rest. I never say enough to my doctor. Thank you. So she's tumor free. So that's good.
Hell yeah, that's badass, man.
Yeah.
Especially to get like your whole, uterus lining removed.
Yeah, that's like everything that makes a woman, I think.
Ovaries, uterus, tubes, cervix, omentum removed. That's scary.
Yeah. I've
Like,
never heard of the omentum. That sounds like a little bit
let me look it
extra.
up. Don't look it up on here. I don't want us to get like shadow banned. Let me see. Let me go incognito.
You're gonna get those dirty omentum
What?
Pornhub videos.
Oh my
Damn,
god.
damn girl, let me see that omentum.
Uh, omentum is a fold of the peritoneum.
Mhm.
Peritoneum. Oh my god, I can't even fucking read. Peritoneum, a fold of the peritoneum, the thin tissue that lines the abdomen that surrounds the stomach and other organs in the abdomen. Oh, okay. It's like a little, like the lack of a better word, like a fishnet that holds all your organs, like in, like, so when you get like a hernia, was it? I think it's a hernia. So like, it's a little tear in that skin. So when
Omentum.
like a piece, like some of your organs like pop out and it makes that bulge.
That sounds
So
sexy though.
I
That
learned about that
all
when we
your
dissected cats in high school.
damn girl, let me see your organs in that fishnet.
Let's see that omentium, girl.
Let me see all your organs in that omentum, baby doll.
It's like, oh, you don't have one? Oh, you bad.
But good for her. I'm glad
Good for her. Yes,
she's better. She looks great. So
she's
wait,
great.
what
Speed
is she?
recovery.
Who is she signed with? I don't even. Is she AEW, WWE?
I think she isn't signed anymore, but if she is, she's with WWE because that's where the Miz is at.
Oh, okay. So it's his chick, the
Yeah,
Miz's
they're
chick.
married.
Okay. I think they have like a reality show, right? Like the Miz and the Misses or something.
Yeah, they do. I haven't seen it.
No, I haven't seen it either, but that this is going to be a whole season arc. I don't know.
It's like that. Like it's gonna be their arc in the season.
The season 2 arc. Moving on to less positive news than
Oh
that.
no!
According to those spoken to, Jack Perry was sent home after AEW All In at Wembley and never heard back from Tony Khan. He apologized, kept texting him about that he never meant to cause any trouble and was sorry. He did hear from the company through lawyers. Then they talked and he apologized to Khan. What they are doing now in Japan is storyline to lead to an eventual return. And
See, everything I've been reading about this, it's been contradicting like new
yeah,
reports.
yeah, I have a couple other reports here too about it.
I was like, he never meant to cause any trouble. I was like, dude, go cry me a river.
Here's
Woo.
here's another one. Brian Dave on the Observer Radio said that Jack Perry is iced, but has absolutely not been fired by AEW. They're just not using him. Essentially, Tony Khan's really mad at Perry because he cost him CM Punk. He's getting the blame for what happened at Wembley. Dave says Jack should have been suspended for a month or two, but it's been 7 months now. Brian says Punk got Punk fired, nobody else. And see, this one I can kind of believe a little more.
Yeah, because I feel like Tony Khan doesn't know how to handle anger. I don't know.
He seems like the kind of dude that would just avoid you and not answer your calls. Didn't I think he did that with like when he was mad at like Chavo Guerrero or something, whenever
Is
like
that a trouble?
there was a point where Chavo went to go when they were doing Young Rock,
Mm-hmm.
Chavo went to go film Young Rock. I guess he was either on the show or he helped do the wrestling segments on the show of Young Rock. Kind of like
Mm-hmm.
what he did with Iron Claw. He was like the producer, the wrestling producer, right? For the matches. He choreographed it. I don't know. That's the word, right? So
There you
he
go. There you go.
yeah, he was the choreographer for the wrestling matches. But he went to go do Young Rock and they were there like wherever they were in Hawaii or wherever the Samoans are from doing Young Rock, and out of nowhere he was unlisted from AEW's website, Chavo, right? And he was like, "What the hell?" Like this, and this he found out because you know how the news is, or the wrestling news is, they see it and they're like, "Oh, look, Chavo Guerrero has been removed from AEW. He must have been released." And so
Oh shit!
Chavo hears about this, calls Tony Khan, and he never gets an answer. And he texts him, he doesn't get an answer. And so I feel like Tony Khan just likes to ignore people or
Oh
ghost
my
them.
god, man!
Eventually they talked, like I don't know after a month or two, but yeah, he was mad at Chavo because he went to go do that show, but he ended up staying for like longer than he had essentially initially told Tony Khan he was going to stay for the show.
I'm googling how old is Tony Khan. He's 41 years old.
He's 41.
41.
I thought he was younger than that. He acts way younger.
He does act way younger.
Yeah.
Hello, my fellow students. Like with the skateboard, Steve Buscemi.
Hello, my fellow wrestling fans, wrestling marks.
But I do believe this story more. But I never knew about the Chavo Guerrero stuff, man. I feel like again, I wouldn't put it past Tony Khan to like ignore the wrestlers and everything.
Yeah. I feel like he's terrible at confrontation. I mean, look at the whole CM Punk thing that went down, right?
Yeah.
Here's another article, or I think the last article I have here for it. Jack Perry asked for his AEW release, but it was denied by Tony Khan. Despite reports, Perry claims that he did not initiate contact with Khan following All In, instead waiting for the lawyers to come to him first. This led to an in-person meeting with Khan, which saw plans written up for him to return to AEW in December. Though CM Punk's comeback to WWE put a halt in these plans, Perry asked for his release from AEW in the months following All In, but this request was denied by AEW. And what do you think?
It makes me wonder how long is this contract? Like, can he just let it run out?
Yeah, it must. I wonder when they re-signed it, but let me see if it
I don't know, because my thing is too is maybe is it like all wrestlers there have the opportunity to go work for another company as long as it's not WWE? I'm not too sure. That's what I'm trying to guess. That oh, you're doing the AI generated stuff?
Yeah, it says here Perry was suspended indefinitely despite his apparent request for release. He remains bound to his AEW contract. He made his NJPW in-ring debut and even tore up what appeared to be his AEW contract. His current status with AEW remains uncertain, and it's got a sad sort of emoji here. So
Because
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, my thing is, so if AEW allows you to go work for another company, which obviously, you know, they can do, it's like, you know, you see Danielson, Moxley go, Osprey, and so he must be still signed with AEW then, because how he ripped up the AEW contract, I'm like, that doesn't get you free of it. I'm pretty sure they printed that as soon as you signed it, and they have it in a filing cabinet.
Yeah, that's not the only one where they're like, damn it, how did he get access to it? The one contract.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, they sent him to Japan, but they didn't book a ticket flight back to the United States, so now he's just stuck in Japan. Oh, well, I guess I'll work here.
No, I feel like the New Japan stuff has to be part of the storyline, quote unquote, that they're trying to do, and maybe they are going to have him return. Because I mean, what they're doing with him with the whole scapegoat thing is probably the best thing they could do with him after all the shit that went down. But I don't know. I don't know what to think other than these articles are bullshit. Like I don't think we know at all what's going on, you know.
And it's like, I've been saying these articles are bullshit. Like, what if it does release? What if it does end up being him going back to AEW? Like, you're really gonna do all this trouble for Jack Perry?
I guess so.
You know,
I mean,
are you gonna get fans excited because Jack Perry returned? You know, the scapegoat. I guess.
I don't know. I don't. It sounds like that's what they're gonna do, but is it gonna be worth it? The build, you know.
I don't think it is.
I don't think so either.
I don't
I
think
have
it is
no
because
idea.
I don't think I cared that much for Jungle Boy in the first place.
No, and I keep going back to, you remember when they were all about the 4 pillars of AEW?
And he was one of them. That people
It
were
was
saying he was
it
one of
was
them.
it was him. It was Sammy Guevara.
Darby
It
Allin
was Darby Allin.
and Hangman.
And yeah, I remember Britt Baker saying she was one of them, and she kind of was, I guess. She was a different pillar, but yeah, maybe Hangman. Which Hangman, I could see that too, but even now they're like not doing anything with him, which is a shame. But Darby Allin, yeah, he's putting in work for all 4 of those.
He's putting in fucking work, dude. Bless Darby Allin, man. It's like, let me see.
No, I
need to
don't
look
know.
this up. Let's see. How old is Darby Allin?
He's got to be like 24, 25,
How old do you think he is?
24.
He's 31.
What the fuck?
Dude, he's probably sacrificing like dead pigeons or something to look young.
He's worshiping Lord Baphomet. No, I feel like once he hits 33, that's what happened to me. At 31, I was doing crazy stunts off my ladder too and jumping on the glass. Once 33 hit, I fucking trip over a parked curb or whatever, and I'm down for like days, you know. Like,
I know, I'm just like,
yeah, I'm still sore months later from that. So.
Ugh, felt that shit, man. Praise be.
But yeah, Jack Perry isn't worth all this. I don't know why they are, you know.
And it's like so many different sources that are like all contradicting each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. If it does lead up to that, if it does lead up to that, I feel like it's not worth it. I'm not gonna be excited, or I'll be indifferent.
To me, it's the whole idea of the whole like, let's guess everything, every possible outcome. So when it does happen, see, I told you. It's like, dude, you made every guess.
It's gonna be Dave Meltzer. He's like, hey, punch change.
Yeah. Like you literally guess everything that could happen, and then you're like, I told you, and it's like, dude, you guessed every outcome, every scenario. Like that doesn't mean you predicted it, you know.
Oh man,
fucking
Meltzer.
You know, poor people don't like AEW.
I guess that's it. I'm poor. I don't understand.
Come on out, you rapist!
Wow.
What do we have here? What's next? Oh, I think you had sent me this. You had sent me the whole thing. TKO. Oh, this is pretty funny.
Oh, is this what he has?
TKO would like The Rock to follow and set a good example. Its guidelines of a TV VG product. And this is WrestleMania reporting for the Wrestling Observer Network. However, many feel the double standards of the Vince McMahon era are back. And if you look at the comment, this story is complete horseshit.
Oh, dude, that is so funny.
And everyone's like, man, he's burying Dave Meltzer, Dwayne Johnson, or whatever.
Oh, yeah. He's like, Meltzer versus The Rock at WrestleMania 41 confirmed.
Yeah, this story. Last live miles off The Rock burying Dave Meltzer.
Cook them.
We need a 20-minute Meltzer rant.
It's a direction you can fuck.
I love how he's just in a cowboy hat too.
He's just in a mesquite rodeo arena.
Oh man, The Rock's great sometimes.
No, I just the Wrestling Observer news just keeps making speculations up. Like, where do they get this shit from?
I think it's getting worse, right? Like the stories that, because I remember back then it's like the reports they would make, like it would kind of be like spot on, but then now a lot of people are just shitting all over it. Rightfully so. I ain't gonna pay $12 for that shit.
And then you can tell they're like any opportunity they can, they try to talk shine a light on negatives that are WWE, but then never shine a negative light on AEW. And you could tell where their like favoritisms at, or
Absolutely, man.
Who's giving them the inside stories over there, so they're not gonna talk shit about AEW.
You need a sound clip, The Rock saying "Office is the direction you can fuck."
I can definitely do that,
Dude. That's actually pretty good. I was like, I never heard that.
It's a direction you can fuck. Oh,
Fuck.
it's a direction you can fuck.
Oh. Hell yeah, dude.
But what I've been liking it is how The Rock has been going more against the PG. You could tell. I don't know what they call it, PG-14, where he's saying a lot
TV-14.
more. Yeah, where he's saying a lot more sexual innuendos and cussing a lot more.
I think the last promo that Cody did on Raw, like he had a couple of things to say that weren't very PG, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that was nasty. After no, yeah, they're getting back into it, and I think it makes it more true or more real. The story, of them not liking each other. So I think it's cool.
Yeah, I'm behind it. I'm a sucker for it, man.
I don't think it's gonna bring us back to the Attitude Era where women are gonna be back in bikini and bra and panty matches. It's not gonna set us back to the Stone Age, or the Rock Age, whatever you want to call it.
Nice.
Yeah. But it's a good thing. I think it makes it more real. Everyone's like, whatever, and then it's prepping for Netflix, where there's really no FCC guidelines. I think you kind of just say what you want on there.
You're right. I didn't even think about that, to be honest.
Yeah, so it's like prepping.
They're gonna kill each other.
No, that's AEW. They need to have eventually they need to have a live execution,
right?
To be like, this is awesome.
Oh my god, it's gonna be everyone. You're all witnesses to a fucking murder, guys. No one's leaving this building until we interview everybody.
It's like do you remember Metalocalypse?
Yeah.
Like a Death Clock concert where like the fans need to die and everyone's
everyone just dies at the end.
Yeah, I lost my arm. Yeah, I love AEW.
They're playing a song about drinking coffee.
Yeah.
Death Jingle, man. I love that song.
You got some coffee? No.
I'm trying for a cup.
That's pretty good. Like some coffee? Prepare for the ultimate flavor. And you scream for your cream.
That song's badass. Good. Man. Good show.
Oh man, dude. That's twice I was thinking about Metalocalypse today.
If I had a nickel for every time, I would have 2 nickels, but that's still pretty rare.
What is it? If I had 2 nickels for every time I heard a Metalocalypse reference, I'll have 2 nickels. Yeah, it's not a lot, but it's kind of weird that it happened twice.
Yeah. That's what we need for the fans, more Metalocalypse and more Phineas and Ferb.
We need all the fans in the tri-state area to make memes of Metalocalypse, please.
Yeah, we know our audience. And then
my face.
Following this, we got here. The belief right now is that Stone Cold Steve Austin, Undertaker, and John Cena will have something to do at WrestleMania XL in some form. A lot depends on how much they are willing to do and money. From the Wrestling Observer Network, which again, I'm like, where do they keep pulling these stories from their butt from? Dude,
I was like, I'm pretty sure. Well, yeah, I would hope to get fucking paid, man. I'm willing to do that shit for free.
what they do and in what form depends on how much money they get and what they're willing
Oh
to do. And
man,
it's like, yeah,
dance for me, dance puppets, dance.
that's how work works, brother. You if you get paid a certain amount, you agree to do so much work. And
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I
I don't
just
know, man. I'm pretty sure that's usually what they tell you in orientation, no?
the more you work, the more money you can make.
I'm just
I
trying
don't
to think what they would do.
I don't know. I feel like John Cena, I could see him like there just to do a match or put over someone random, right? Whether it be I don't know Gunther or Gable or
Hmm
someone. I don't know. Undertaker, I don't see him wrestling. Maybe he'll chokeslam a dude, or he'll induct Bray Wyatt into the Hall of Fame because isn't Bray Wyatt Hall of Fame inducted, right?
No,
He isn't.
I think that's the reason why they're doing the documentary is because they didn't have him inducted for this year. As of now, they haven't inducted him.
Oh, well, they have
Paul Heyman.
it, no, well they have IRS, right? His dad and his uncle are being inducted, right?
Yeah,
Isn't Mike Rotunda and what's
Barry
his name?
Windham.
Yeah, aren't they being inducted?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so I don't know. I don't see Undertaker really there other than maybe doing some sort of tribute to Bray Wyatt. Maybe.
Maybe. I think so. That'll make
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. That's the
But
only thing I could really see him doing.
Stone
Uh,
Cold, I'm not too sure.
I don't see why Stone Cold. I get why he was at the Dallas one because he was in fucking Dallas, Texas. Like,
Uh-huh.
but where's it at in Philadelphia?
In
Right.
Philly.
I don't see Austin doing anything. Maybe Hogan or Sylvester Stallone. I don't know.
I don't
Like,
know. Yeah, have Sylvester Stallone. I don't know about Hulk
yeah,
Hogan.
I don't know. I just Hulk Hogan was in a Rocky movie, so I could see maybe him showing up with
Oh,
Sylvester
true.
Stallone. That I could see that like, oh hey, I faced this guy, whatever. But
Yeah.
Stone Cold, I don't see him being near it for whatever reason.
Maybe just like a backstage segment or something. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, or like a intro promo that they just like film.
Hmm
I really don't see Stone Cold having anything to do with it. Maybe the other two, but I really don't.
I don't know. But I'm just excited for WrestleMania, man. It's gonna be good.
And when is it? When is WrestleMania?
April 6th and 7th.
Damn, already?
Hmm
Shit.
Not this upcoming weekend, but the weekend after.
Dang. I'm trying to remember what I could probably call in. I'll
I
probably
know.
call
It's
into
like
work.
I
I'm like
think
thinking about it now. Like
I
I,
know it's
I
just
can
like,
call
oh
into work.
shit. For the way my work's been, we haven't had any weekend work. So hopefully it stays like that.
Yeah. I was like, dang. I might work early that day, so maybe I can WrestleMania is like at what 6 in the afternoon.
Yeah, like 6 here.
And then let me see if it segues into that. What do I have next? Oh, here is Goldberg is upset over Oscar breaking his undefeated streak.
Oh my god.
And I didn't even know Oscar was on an undefeated streak. Did
When she
is
first
he?
debuted, yeah, when she first joined. Because
Really?
she was all undefeated in NXT because she relinquished the belt because they signed her onto the main roster. And then the first match she lost was against Charlotte at WrestleMania 34. Fuck, 34 already? And then we're at 40? Damn.
Let's see go what they have to say in these. I don't know who these two dudes are. that are
I don't know,
interviewing
man.
you. I was like, okay, let's see.
Well, a girl beat my winning streak.
What's that? A girl what?
Beat my undefeated streak.
Oh, I didn't know that. What's the story there?
Yeah, I can't even remember. Asuka is her name. Some Japanese.
Ew.
And they touted her as being the one to have the longest winning streak. And it just so happened that culminated when I got there, right? And then it just so happened that every single wrestler uses the spear in their moves, right?
Yeah, that's for sure.
Pretty ironic that happened when I got there, right? So that's how they do.
Did something happen when you got there that you think caused the rub, where they wanted to change the storyline? Was there one thing, or do you think it was just kind of?
No, the fact that I didn't get along with Paul Levesque, which is Vince's son-in-law, I think had everything to do with it when I.
Oh, fuck off. Man, no wonder why Bret Hart hates you, dude. You're annoying.
Even the two dudes are like, what do you mean?
Yeah, they're like, bro, you didn't invent the spear. It's been around for a long time.
And then I'm like, is this dude someone that got injured by him? Like, that's why he's doing the interview. Like, he fucking paralyzed this dude.
Dude, I don't know, man. Like, oh, what a piece of shit.
That was so weird. Like, even
very
out
weird.
of context, it's so weird. I was like, well, a girl beat my streak, and they're like, huh? You know, like,
yeah, it's like, yeah, Asuka.
Some Japanese broad named Asuka.
It's like, oh my god, dude. I was like, I remember he like congratulated her on Twitter for like beating his streak.
Yeah, what a piece of shit.
I know, man, dude. Fuck Goldberg, dude. It's like you're all washed up and shit.
Dude, not that after again the Bret Hart things, and I don't know if it's because of Bret Hart reminding me of how my mom, that's how my mom looks, and he looks just like Bret Hart and how bitter he is.
Oh my god.
I'm starting to be I've been on Bret Hart's side, and I'm even more on Bret Hart's side about like, man, you deserve to be that bitter, bro. Like
yeah, it's like fuck you, dude.
That was so weird. It just sounded, and I'm not even like that progressive to where I don't care if you say, a girl or a boy, you know, but a girl beat my streak, and it's like, okay, who cares? Like,
I know, who cares? Like, let alone Asuka's fucking badass, dude. Like
the streak that's scripted for you. You were talking about that one.
You're like, you're mad because the chick has more moves in her arsenal than 3. That's too much for you to understand to have a full match. That's why you only want to go 5 minutes.
She can actually do a promo, and she won't concuss herself by hitting the
she won't.
Door at the beginning.
She won't fucking hurt those that she's working with. I don't know, drop them on her fucking head.
It's just so weird. I'll have to look up the whole interview and see, because this excerpt's just so weird. Like,
it is, and it's like, I don't know where it's from. Does it say like where this podcast is from?
Let me see. Can't even pronounce her name.
Out of here already, huh? Get the fuck out of here already, huh?
Boo hoo, respect the Empress.
Shut the fuck up. Give it to mommy.
We don't care what Goldberg thinks. The fact that he can't even pronounce her name and just called her some Japanese girl, damn Bill Salty. And then here, Bill Goldberg, the streak is in very good hands. Congrats, Asuka.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Oh, what the fuck is going on?
I love comments. Oh no, anyway.
Man. Dude, she's so fine.
Dude, she is hot. And she's like 45, right? Or 49. She's up there, right?
She's above 40. I know that for sure. Let me see. Asuka. More about Asuka. I mean, I gotta stop fucking saying that. She's 42.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Mm-hmm. But dude, she doesn't look at age like a day older than like 30. You know what I mean? She still looks young. She looks great.
Yeah, she looks great. No, she does look great. But then she works like she actually has had that much experience, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, instead of like, you know, just playing football and getting cut.
Fucking Goldberg, whatever. I just gotta look at this because I'm wondering who these two dudes are too, because they just look so like.
Man, dude, this really rubbed me the wrong way. Fuck Goldberg, man. I'm upset.
That's so weird. It's such a weird context there. Let's see here. Speaking of more negative comments, Ronda Rousey felt that WWE was a
Oof.
misogynistic culture, and by the time she left, despised Vince McMahon, but remained friendly with Stephanie and had positive things to say about Triple H. Was also noted that while she despised Vince, she to this day loves Dana White, and this is from the Wrestling Observer Network. Wrestling Observer Network. So, what do you think about
Yeah.
that?
I actually have the article from when they interviewed her. Or I don't know if it was an interview or it's like from her book. That this is from
It's about to come
Cultaholic.
out. I think her
Yes.
book, Our Fart. It comes out April 6th or so. It comes out around WrestleMania time.
Oh,
Her
no
book.
way.
Yeah, it's about to come out.
It says here from Cultaholic Wrestling, excerpts from her upcoming memoir, Our Fight, were released this week with being revealed that Rousey accuses WWE in her book of having a, quote, foundational sexist patriarchal culture. She also stated Saudi Arabia restricts women's rights in the way she believes Vince McMahon wishes he could. Oh man, like I was reading her quote, it was kind of giving me a fucking headache. Never. She appeared on live signing for a never before told session, during which she continued her criticism of WWE and spoke candidly about Bruce Pritchard and John Laurinaitis, saying they could go fuck themselves. Rousey noted she would have written more about Laurinaitis and Pritchard on her quote "fuck these old bastards" quest in her book, but she was limited by a word count. In MMA, I originally just started them beef for she started beef for publicity stunts, but those other bitches did not get the memo, and so they became personal. And in WWE, it's all fake. I love them, except for Bruce Pritchard and John Laurinaitis. They can go fuck themselves. That's real. The only thing that really helped me back was the number of words I was allowed to have in this book. We were contractually held to 9,000 words, and I was going to talk so much more shit, especially about John Laurinaitis and Bruce Pritchard. But our editor said we had to streamline everything and not take a detour on the fuck these old bastards quest. So there was a lot more to it, but I had to basically get down to the meat and potatoes in this. The Bruce Pritchard. Yeah, and it just goes back to quoting the former Raw Women's Champion expressed further criticism for WWE later in the interview, calling behind the scenes an absolute shit show. That she had to talk about like her concussion history, being quiet about it, just shitting on the company. But then again, like you said, this was around the time of when Vince McMahon was in actual control of everything. But I felt like she was just more upset because she didn't get that Brock Lesnar treatment when she came back, you know, in her last run. Like she was just put in the mid card. And it's like there's bigger stars than you know what I mean? You've been out of MMA for a while, you know?
Would I
Come on out, you rapist!
Whoa, wow. What
Wow.
wow. I mean, I can file this under no shit. Like yeah, when Vince was around, yes. When his dudes like Bruce Pritchard and Laurinaitis, of course they're gonna put the men before the women. They barely even want the women doing matches, you know, like
I know, dude. It's like, I'm pretty sure if it was up to them, they would have still stuck with like the bra and panty matches.
yeah. No, they had to evolve because of whatever. But it's just yeah, this is like okay, we already know that Vince McMahon was a terrible dude with women, and then you're saying, oh, the culture with when he was there was so bad. It's like, yeah, we know that.
Mhm.
He wasn't very good with women, and we get
Wait
it.
till you find out that water's wet, man. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that's
News
pretty much it.
breaking.
That's pretty much it. Like, duh, that's all I could say to that. And I feel like she's just shitting on WWE a lot because one, everyone else is, and two, she had just gone to what was it, Ring of Honor, and
Hmm.
kind of so she's kind of, who knows if she's still on the AEW payroll. Like, she could just be getting paid to shit on WWE.
And then for her to say that she still loves Dana White, ain't he like misogynistic too?
I'm pretty damn sure.
Yeah, I'm
But
pretty sure. He's a billionaire, so I'm pretty sure as well.
that's funny though that, like, obviously she doesn't want to close the door to a return to UFC, but then they're kind of tied into one another, WWE and UFC.
Hmm.
So like, I wouldn't burn one bridge if you're gonna try to keep the other one alive.
No, no, man. Fuck Ronda Rousey. She said that. I know she made some statements about Sandy Hook, so she could go fuck herself.
Yeah, she's just, I don't know. She's just not that great
White.
anymore.
That's
There,
what it is. She's white.
yeah, there are better talents. There are a lot of better
Nah,
talents
I
than
don't care. Yeah,
she.
she can beat the fuck out of me. Like, if it's 1-on-1, yeah, she'll kick my ass, but whatever, dude. At least I know, my morals are like in the right place compared to hers, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I don't think she deserves to say all these things. She's not like that big a star, but whatever. What do I
I
know?
know, like, for you to say it, like, after, well, I understand, like, after you left because you don't want to talk about the company you work for, but not just, like, completely shit on it, where it's like, dude, it's gotten better. Like, I heard, like, the morale has been higher than it's ever been before. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I don't know. She
I
didn't
don't
do
know.
her research.
Yeah, she needs to move on to whatever next thing she's gonna do. What do we have here? Oh, this is Roman Reigns was on the Pat McAfee show. I know I saw this interview. Very entertaining interview for how short it was.
It was, man.
Very entertaining. This quote I did like that he said, "I'm the only guy that didn't have to go to Hollywood. Hollywood came to me," and I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, pretty much.
Among
He's referencing The Rock there, right?
Yeah, that, and like, he's kind of right. I mean, he didn't leave wrestling. Of course, he did star. Wasn't he in one of the Fast and Furious movies?
Oh my god, let's not talk about that. Please.
As like an
Please.
extra.
Oh my god. I know what movie it is because it's one of the worst fucking movies I've ever seen in my
Yeah,
life.
it's pretty ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But he's kind of right. But man, like, I don't know. He's just doing really well here, being the heel and saying these
Mm-hmm.
kind of things. So he, even if he wasn't telling the truth, it's still a good heel thing to say.
I think. Did you hear my throat? Okay, wait. Oh, I was
You
like,
do like the dude from
ah!
Kung Fu
It's my
Hustle.
it's my tapeworm coming out. It's asking when it's dinner.
Hey.
It's just like, oh boy, I'm getting ready. Um, did you catch this interview? You caught this, right?
I watched it. Yeah, it's
You
good.
watched it.
Yeah,
I
it was
watched it
hilarious.
too. I think the one thing I liked about it was that Roman was still playing like his heel self.
Yeah, yeah.
That
He's
I
living
guess
it.
when he realized, he's like, oh, okay, like these guys are fucking around, like, like I could do it too. He's like, man, Michael, I fucking laughed so hard when he called Michael Cole a dick rider.
I got that quote here.
Long time he's been. I used the greatest a long time he's been. I used to have beers with John Cena. That whole thing, Michael Cole.
Big dick rider, that much.
Dude, the shit was so fucking funny, man. The
No, it was.
big dick rider, that Michael Cole.
It was cool because you could tell once McAfee started like cussing and stuff like that. He was
Huh.
like, "Oh, okay, I could cuss here," and it's like, what? It's a college game, right? They're at like a
Yeah,
college
like
basketball.
Iowa. I think they're in
Yeah,
Iowa, something like
because
that.
they mentioned that one chick's name. I forget her name. But she's like the record breaker for the most points ever scored in a college basketball game.
I remember hearing them talk about that. I don't
Yeah.
really pay attention to college sports in general. Just like, the
I just
sports that
remember
matter. No, I'm just kidding.
I just remember reading about it, and it was like most points ever scored in a college game for men and women, and it was like the girl's name, and I can't remember her name, but it was like 36 points for the game
Uh-huh.
for her to score, and I'm like, dude, isn't that what like Steph Curry averages? Like,
Yeah, like per game, but
yeah,
I understand too. That's professional, it's so college ball.
yeah.
But I was like, I'm not knocking it down or anything. I'm just kidding about college sports. But that's fucking impressive still.
It
Like,
is,
absolutely.
but when you have like Luca Don kick or whatever, the Dallas,
Doncic.
yeah, him scoring like 56 points in a game, it's like, I don't know, this record, it doesn't really mean much, but again, it's
It's
college.
like, yeah, and it's like I don't want to discredit it either because their timing is different, like from like NBA, like oh my god, that NBA they have the 12-minute quarters, they have 4 quarters, whereas like I think
2 halves,
yeah,
15
they have
minutes,
2 halves, and I think it's like 15 minutes.
15 or 20, something like that. And
Yeah,
then
something like that.
they have like set TV timeouts.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So there's it's a different rhythm to it, but
So especially scoring 36 points in that short of a time, like that's impressive.
yeah. Yeah, but it just, I thought it was funny. And then I have this other thing here of him talking about CM Punk.
I'm not one of them people that once I got there, it just wasn't what I expect. I'm not like CM Punk, where I got to the top of the mountain. It's like, oh, it's not what I expect, so I'm a bitch about it. No. So I'm not one of them.
Damn. Nah, dude. I really like this interview. It's goofy.
No, it was great. It was a great interview. It was fun. And I don't know. It was different because you could tell like everyone was more loose because it wasn't. It was like a wrestling interview, but it was on a different stage, so they were like appealing to a different audience, and that too, like they're appealing to a college or a national sports audience because this is on what the ESPN. No, it's
on the Ocho.
It's on. It's not on a WWE podcast or a whatever TBS. It's like on college basketball, ESPN, sports, national news. So it's
Yeah, just
appealing
for
to a different audience.
to come on, like where they talk about college ball, just to promote WrestleMania on there. Like that's kind of neat.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool that they're doing it that way. And I know that goes into the next thing we have here, where we watched Van Vliet interview.
Moment now that
okay. So this is a Chris Van Vliet interview with some white dude. I don't even know who he is. Who is he? Is he like
Sam Roberts? He's another like interviewer / podcaster. I used to listen. I used to be sub to him because he would interview a bunch of wrestlers as well. But I stopped after a while because there was a point where he just stopped uploading. So I was like, just clear off my subscriptions.
Well, there's this interview, and I watched it. It was pretty good too, where they talk about this era and what they want to call it, and it was just kind of weird, but at the same time, we'll do it.
Wrestling is cool again. What's the moment now that made it cool? What's the moment that has started the era that we're in right now?
I think
because when you look at the Ruthless Aggression era, we all know the exact moment, right? It's John Cena, it's Kurt Angle in the ring, Ruthless Aggression, the slap. That's the moment that started the Ruthless Aggression angle or era. What's the moment that started this era that we're in now?
I think the overall angle that is responsible for this era is the bloodline angle. The bloodline story is what brought us here, because for so long we were saying, remember long-term storytelling? Remember when they used to tell real stories? Remember what? And they did it and they nailed it. And that's the long-term story. But if you want to narrow it down to one singular moment, I think it was Cody returning at 38. I think when Cody walked out and the AEW music played and he was the American Nightmare and the logo Like this is stuff that I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. Like when that logo is in a stadium and you're like, this is not WWE's Cody Rhodes. This is Cody as we saw him on TNT coming back to WWE as this hero. I think if there's one moment that kicked it into high gear and changed the momentum, that would be the one moment that I would trace it back to.
Do you what do you think about that? Do you agree with that?
Perhaps. For audio listeners, I'm rocking back and forth in my recliner with my pen.
Yeah. Contemplating.
And contemplating life. Sure. Like I can't really think of a moment where it's like, oh shit, like this is a different time. Not unless if you count Vince McMahon resigning. But I mean, he resigned way well into this era that we're in.
Mm-hmm.
Or what they said, like where he did retire, right? He retired.
And then he came back, I think.
And then he came back. Because they had, what was it? That SummerSlam when it was Roman versus Brock Lesnar, the last man standing with the tractor.
Yeah.
Was that last year or 2 years ago? That was 2 years ago, right?
It was probably 2 years ago. It feels like it was longer, yeah.
Yeah, that damn, that was really 2 years ago. Because I think with that show too, it's like the production was just like a little bit different. That like the wrestlers could just like wrestle, you know, like there wasn't really any like goofiness to it for the most part. But I guess I could agree with Cody.
I feel like I don't think it was him that meant to do it. I think it just happened to start right there. Because I think it was a lot of, or not a lot, but there was behind the scenes stuff too, like Cody Rhodes coming over here, and then you have at the same time Triple H becoming more in charge of creative, as well as that kind of kicked it off. I'll say maybe it did start there. I don't know if it's like the defining moment, but that, and then you go into when they sign like Jade Cargill, and at that same time they get CM Punk back, and then now they're booking like these smaller shows that look full, or they're booking shows like better. So I feel like there's a lot of things combined that really fucking did it. And but yeah, I could say that Cody Rhodes returning did kind of kickstart it, or at least was like the fire, or the catalyst, or the fire starter to all this, you know.
It's like I do want to say it was when Vince McMahon retired the first time, like before he did come back. Yeah, did you ever watch? I don't think you did, but did you ever watch NXT, like the black and gold era of NXT?
No.
Man, dude, I would always. I think I mentioned it before because it's like I know a pay per view would be shitty if the takeover the night before was fucking awesome. And it's just like, dude, it's just 2.5 hours, just nothing but pure wrestling. And I was like, man, dude, I'm all for this. Like, it's so good. Where it's like you get the goofiness of like, you know, a 7-minute match where it ends in like a double count out, you know, like some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you hear like Triple H is taking over, I was just like, oh my God, please change for the better. Like, this is just what I want. You know what I mean? But I feel like ever since Triple H did take over, like you get like an actual fight feeling for these pay-per-view matches. You know what I mean?
I feel like when that was like the defining moment when Cody came back, and you could tell when Triple H took, you know, he was in charge of creative, and the fact that he like kind of let Cody come back and they kind of put their differences aside, because that was the whole reason Cody like didn't like him and was in AEW, right? He was always breaking the throne and having the sledgehammer.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like them putting their differences aside kind of made WWE like better. And not to say that Vince was still there and he's the one that probably brought Cody Rhodes in It was like, man, we're gonna make you star, Cody.
Mhm.
Seeing what you've been doing at AEW, but you could tell once Vince like left, Triple H could have easily buried Cody. He could have been like, "Nah, fuck you. I'm in charge now. You're going to a mid card. You know, you're Stardust."
Yeah, like he's actually taking into consideration what's best for business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And it's like, like Cody didn't start off in the main event scene. Like he started off like slowly working his way up. And what belt did he win recently? Was it the tag belts? Yeah, it was with Jay, right? With Jay Uso.
Oh yeah,
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 but then they lost it a week later, or like a couple
yeah.
weeks later. But I thought that was, I think that was kind of cool because you haven't seen something like that happen in a long time. Where it's like, oh, they lose on the next pay per view, or like the next show, the following
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
Like it's just so goofy. Like it's so like prehistoric. Like it's something in the past. Like I didn't
It
think
was
they were ever
fun.
gonna bring back. Yeah, it
Yeah, it
was
was just
fun.
fun. Yeah.
Especially if it was just like good wrestling in general, which it was. Like it was a
Mm-hmm.
great match. I remember.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say that. Did you ever play any of the 2K games? Like,
No, I have that Rey Mysterio cover one. I never opened it. It's just they're unopened.
oh man, that one was a good one. But before that one, like the 2K20 and prior, all shit. Like just all bad games. But I forgot which one it was. If someone can remind me that there was a game mode where maybe it was John Cena when John Cena was on the cover. Like 2K13 or 14, whatever. That it had the name of the eras that he partaked in. So it said like, oh, like Attitude Era, like this is what happened in the Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era, and I call it the PG era because it turned PG,
Yeah.
obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But on there it had the Universe era.
Okay. All right.
He's like,
I
okay,
guess
whatever.
that's a better name than PG. I guess if you
I
had to.
guess I call it
Yeah.
PG era
Yeah, I
because
think that's what
that's what.
everyone calls it. Everyone calls it the PG era.
Yeah, PG era, and then but on there it said Universe era, and I was like, I guess if they're trying to play like, oh, the WWE universe, it revolves around them. It doesn't. I'm trying to think of when that era, the PG era, I'm still gonna call it that, to where it ended, to where this like, what's that gap between where it ended and the start of this new era that we're in right now? I don't know what to
Mhm.
call that blank space. This void right here. You know what I mean? I don't know what to call it. Garbage? I'm just kidding. I don't.
I don't know because it was mostly just like Brock and Roman, right? That's all it was. It was really like during that.
I
Maybe
think
Brock and
so.
Roman.
Like I don't know what to call that era. Like
Yeah.
it's just like I can recall like WrestleMania 35, like Kofi Kingston winning. I can recall Becky Lynch winning, the COVID era. Well, I guess like the COVID era. I
Yeah.
don't know because that lasted what, a year and a half. Or what they call Thunderdome, the Thunderdome era. Like they had that.
I would call it the AEW era because it was when everyone thought AEW was like way better
Gonna
than
take over the
WWE.
world.
Yeah, that it was like the better alternative, and yeah, that quickly faded. Or at least it feels like it now.
Yeah. Can you believe
Yeah,
they've been around for like 5 years already?
dude, I can't believe it. It
It's amazing.
for those first 2 years, yeah, it was pretty like seemed exciting, but now it's just like I don't know. It's just
It feels
not.
like a chore.
Yeah, it's not very good. Like I just watch it to hate it, honestly.
I think I will only buy a pay-per-view if I'm like, oh, okay, this is gonna look good. But it's like even then I was like, oh, $50. I don't know
Yeah,
about
I'll
that.
wait for the highlights.
Right. I'll wait for the live reactions on Twitch. Yeah, man, but I can't think of that other era. But I don't know what to call it. I really don't, because you never watched that time, did you?
No, I didn't even know. Well, like that part, like you're saying with what'd you say? Was it Kofi winning the
Mm-hmm.
belt, and then I know he got squashed by Brock Lesnar, like
Mm-hmm.
real easy. So I don't even know what to call it, other than like the last of the Vince McMahon ad, because it was like
Right.
the end of Vince McMahon's era. You know what I mean? Like that's where it was ending, and then it stopped right here, supposedly. You know.
Because you said that you hop back on when AJ Styles came debuted, right?
That's when I got like really like, oh shit, okay, wrestling. I'll watch it, you know, but like I didn't really get back into watching it every Monday or really knowing, you know, but that did get me back on the radar of like, oh, I'll start looking into wrestling again, you know.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, it's like I'm stumped right now for like what to call that time, you know? Like I'll say like 2011. Like 2011 because I know that's when everyone was big on CM Punk. Like, the pipe bomb shit happened. And then after that, the Daniel Bryan stuff happened. That was fucking big. Oh man, you should have been around for the Daniel Bryan stuff. That shit was
So yeah, I
crazy.
wasn't there for that. That's why I didn't
Oh
know
man, that was
how big of a
fantastic.
deal he was.
Uh-huh. And then it was like that void where it's like Brock Lesnar just became like the final boss of wrestling in general. And it's just so weird. It seems like a fever dream, like it never happened. Not because it got canceled, but it's just like so much has happened in between where it's just like you just think like, man, was that really like 10 years ago? Fuck, that was 10 years ago. Like Daniel Bryan winning at WrestleMania, like with the 2 championships, that's gonna be 10 years ago. That's crazy. Oh
I
man.
have no idea what to call it. I don't know.
I don't know either, man. But I think I could put on Cody Rhodes. I think I agree with Sam Roberts here. Where it's
Yeah,
like,
Cody Rhodes did kind of change the momentum when he came from that other company over here, and,
the company that shall not be named.
where he was fucking doing moonsaults onto flaming tables, and people were booing him, and now he's just
Like one of
doing
the best baby faces. Like,
yeah, doing crying promos, and people are all emotional about it and shit.
oh man, Cody deserves it, man. He needs to win that belt.
I just wonder where it's gonna go from there. Like who he's gonna. Well, what it's probably gonna be Rollins, right? That he's gonna feud with after he wins the belt.
Maybe, I don't know. It's like I wonder what's gonna happen with CM Punk, like when he comes back. But I think he's gonna feud with Drew McIntyre
Yeah,
when he does come back. As far as Cody, maybe Gunther if Gunther loses the belt. But I don't see him losing the belt at Mania
no,
against Sammy. I fucking love Sami Zayn. Maybe he feuds with Sami Zayn. Damn it, dude. There's so many options.
there are a lot of options because
Damn.
obviously we're gonna have Roman feuding with The Rock for the next year for
Mm-hmm.
the Bloodline.
Not
So
unless they do that in Saudi Arabia, like this year,
mm,
because they still
that
have
that's
that
true.
contract going too.
And
But
then
oh, go
I
ahead.
heard and then going back to the McAfee Roman interview, McAfee said, "What are you thinking? What did he say? Not what are you thinking, but how are you under the pressure?" He said something about him main eventing both nights, and I'm like, so is he confirmed to main event both nights, Roman at WrestleMania?
Oh man,
Like that's what I heard him
Mm,
say, and I was like, dang, if that's true, that sucks for Bailey. And
it does, man.
that's kind of bullshit. I think people are gonna jump on that all rowdy.
Hmm. Oh man. Either way, I'm excited. I want Bailey to main event.
She should. They should
Hmm.
at least the first night. You know.
We gotta see where it goes, man. Because they haven't really divided the matches up yet, right? To see what matches on night 1, what's on night 2.
No, they haven't. I don't think they've confirmed anything. I just heard him say that, and I wouldn't take that as a confirmation. But if it were true,
Hmm.
it's like man, you can't really say. But she's a co-main eventer, and it's like, dude, co-main event. What the
Yeah,
fuck? Like,
that don't fucking exist.
that doesn't mean anything.
Double main event, bitches. If it's a double main event, they got to be fighting at the same time.
2 different rings.
I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules.
No, that's true. That's a fact. I don't know. But yeah, that's Cody Rhodes. Hopefully he finishes his story. And we're gonna finish this with a couple of not a couple, quite a few botches here and cool stuff. Let me go back to it. Oh wait, here we're back to where we were at.
Hey, we're back to it. Hey, what's
Hey.
the defining moment of this era?
I'll tell you. So this is time shit got real in wrestling, a thread.
Oh man.
And
it's this picture.
That's a Vader. When he got his eye poked out. Pretty good picture.
Rest in peace, Vader, dude. What a beast.
Yeah, he was the beast from the east. Is that what his name was?
Sure.
Because it rhymes. Here's Brock Lesnar with some receipts to Braun Strowman.
Oh, I remember this one.
Oh, wow. A knee to the jaw. He caught Lesnar good. A knee to the jaw caught Brock good.
Damn.
Back.
Golly. I remember after that he tells her he's on slow the fuck down.
Kurt Angle does an open challenge and Daniel Puder tries to break Angle's arm.
I remember seeing this. Did you see this one?
I remember I don't remember seeing it like live, but I've seen a clip of it where he actually like MMA's him and they gotta like do a fast count to like pin him or something.
Yeah.
He's about to break his arm.
Puder, 23 years old from Sunnyvale, California. I don't care where he's from. Well, I know the kid's got a background in fighting in cages and UFC and whatnot. You know, with Kurt Angle, I'm going to predict it's a matter of time for Kurt Angle to push this bitch out. And Kurt Angle backing Daniel Puder into the corner. Puder is the individual who was pushed in the locker room by the Big Show last week. Puder was trying to stay close to him.
Yeah, right there. He's got him in that lock.
The arm lock.
Yeah, but he has to pin him right.
Shoulders are down, and this one is over. Daniel Puder eliminated by the Olympic gold medalist.
He gets up into space.
So much for the UFC.
Man, the last thing I want Kurt Angle to be up in my face, dude.
And he's all shorter than him too, and he's still fucking like
fuck though, dude. Man, I remember they beat the fucking shit out of him at the Royal Rumble.
Oh, here we go. Here's Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit got revenge for Kurt Angle on Dan Puder.
Let's see, he did win the top of $1 million. Wow. Vertical suplex indeed, Guerrero and Benoit. Hey, these are going to win this thing. Sometimes there's time to talk, and sometimes there's time to fight. And there's one of the guys step back and watch somebody else dismantle another man. Well, it is every man.
The Royal Rumble, and they're just like,
dude, yeah. I always laugh when they were like, "Oh, here comes Hardcore Holly. He hates rookies."
Yeah, every man for himself, but for some reason, all three of these guys are working together to fuck this.
Dude, first off, the last person I want to piss off is Kurt Angle. Let alone get my ass beat by Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, and fucking Hardcore Holly.
Oh man, dude, the first two, and then you add in Hardcore Holly, and you're like, "Fuck me."
I know you're like, "Fuck, dude." I don't even want to fucking be in the same room with Hardcore Holly, dude. His presence alone is gonna make my chest bleed.
Fuck, dude. No, Hardcore Holly, the shit I've heard of him just fucking with people.
Dude, I know just because he can, because he's fucking tough as fucking nails.
Here's the Montreal screw job.
Yep.
I like how Sean's trying to be like, I have no idea what happened, but he grabs
No. I swear to God. Did that dude just kick him? Rewind it a little bit, please. Like, look right here. Did someone kick him on his leg? Oh no! They just bumped each other. Never mind.
Yeah. Like
recording off on. No, I think they're recording off of YouTube. You know how YouTube is like, oh, next video, and it covers like half the screen.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, that's pretty fucking crazy. I love the deep dives of the Montreal Screwjob.
Hell yeah, man, they're great.
Here's JBL.
Oh man.
And here's Vader. Vader's eye coming out of the socket.
Oh man. I remember like the whole crowd is freaking out because he took his mask off. Oh my god.
And then he just keeps wrestling. That's crazy.
What a monster, man. Oh my god. Is there Stan Hansen? I wouldn't want to fight him either.
Dude. Here's Jake the Snake biting Macho Man.
I remember seeing a recording of this and it freaked me out.
It looks all animatronic like and shit the way it's doing it.
Oh my god. Ooh. And he slaps him. Dude,
it won't come off.
I know I can't look. Oh.
Oh.
Oh man. What?
Yeah.
Three Snake.
Elizabeth.
Again?
Man, that was when wrestling was fucking real.
Oh my god, man.
Macho Man's the greatest. Rest in peace.
Oh, I remember hearing about this.
This is the APA destroyed Public Enemy.
3 weeks at WrestleMania 15. We said it once, we'll say it again. Anybody in a Hell in a Cell against Undertaker comes out, half the man they went in. Oh! We'll see the Big Boss Man against Al Snow later on here in the hour. And I don't know if we'll ever see Public Enemy again. They're getting destroyed. Undertaker almost destroyed Mr. McMahon last week, trying to choke slam him through the table. And then you saw the Big Boss Man come and make the save with that nightstick. The Undertaker is said.
Did you hear about this story? Like they had
right here.
They refused to do the job to somebody.
Who, Public Enemy?
Yeah, and then APA were just like, nah, we're not having that. We're beating the fuck out of you.
Johnny Grunge is out cold. Oh!
Man, those chair shots back then.
Oh man.
I don't know if the referee's afraid to count. Oh! God, look at that chair. Imagine what that does to the human skull when it hits.
Oh.
Finally, thank you. Referee Jim Corderis has called for the bell. Obviously, the Undertaker has sent the acolytes out here for a reason, a purpose, a mission. Oh!
God.
They're not stopping, Terry. They don't care about the bell sounding. Boy, if they're trying to send a message, it's loud and clear. I'm glad they're happy.
Dude.
Just beating them.
Dude, I forgot.
Maybe they were just like, yeah, go ahead and be stiff, you know?
Yeah, sometimes that's how they want it, man. But can you rewind it again? I just want to see him get fucking clobbered right there.
Because I mean, he's again the kind of like Kurt Angle, where I don't appreciate him until now, like more.
Yeah, you know? Exactly.
Here's two guys no-sold the skyscrapers.
Oh, Sid Vicious and Stan Spivey?
Although suplex. Blackwell ran right into the foot of Dangerous Dan Spivey. They send him for the ride again. Double clothesline.
He just keeps getting up from
Oh,
everything.
man, they're going to beat the shit out of him.
Double power bomb. 1, 2, 3, and that is it. And these guys are devastated. And the Avalanche just went tumbling down, as does Blackwell.
This is so crazy, man.
Are bad to the bone.
Dude, it's like, just stay down, bro.
Yeah, how hard is that?
Oh, my God.
Well, we got Let's get out of here. This is disgusting. There's no reason for this. We'll be back.
We'll be back.
What is this? A straight up shoot.
Riki Dozan versus
Dozan versus
Masahiko Kimura turned into a straight up
Kimura.
shoot. Oh my god.
The good old days.
I know where men were real men. God.
Oh yeah, there's that Steve-O.
Oh yeah, I remember this one.
There's Nia Jax and Charlotte Flair, and they were slapping each other. This is the one I wanted to see. This last one of
Oh.
So this is, I guess, some jobber talk shit about Mr. Fuji, and Yokozuna took care of him by giving him an unprotected banzai drop.
Oh.
That's nasty.
Look at that face. Look at that face, Vic. If that happens to The Undertaker at the WWF Royal Rumble,
God.
Undertaker, who stopped in the casket. Although we certainly saw Undertaker sit up on the road.
God.
Oh, dude. That was like all 400, 500 pounds of him right on it.
God, man. That hurts my chest. I'm over here holding my breath.
Man, unprotected like that? Jeez.
Fuck no, dude. That'll make me shit my pants. Oh, man. Rest in peace, Yokozuna.
Oh, I guess this was a tweet, I think. Oh, was this one going to pop up? What the hell?
Oh, no. What happened?
What the hell? Why did I get signed out?
Okay, I was like, I don't want to see your password.
No, it's not going to show it. What the fuck?
Wait, is website down?
Let me see. See, there's that. Oh yeah, this is something you sent me.
That's what we're refreshing for.
What the fuck? Why? I don't know why that signed me out. This is what I wanted to see. This Drew McIntyre tweet. What he was saying about Roman Reigns' take on CM Punk. This is them.
Blooded Crips.
That's weird. I don't know why my shit signed out.
Oh, dude, that's so funny. That looks like on a WWE White right there.
This is Bailey with, I guess, a t-shirt gun.
That looks fucking scary.
Yeah, dude, all that fucking gas. I feel like shit could just explode at any moment. Bailey's fucking hot though. Even
oh yeah, absolutely, man. I'll let her ruin my life.
I'd like a belly to Bailey. What is this one here? Say what? Oh,
not only is
so this is a clip of Mercedes Moné with Tony Khan. Let's hear this.
Mercedes, not only is somebody who loves the wrestling business, loves getting in the ring and wrestling, but loves the fans. And I think that's what we're all about in AEW. And I think that's why Mercedes is perfect to be the face of AEW.
It, you hear that she loves the fans, and then what the fuck? Oh, it's not showing the comments.
Is it not letting you log in?
That's weird. There we go. That was weird.
Not only is somebody who loves the wrestling business, loves getting in the ring and wrestling, but loves the fans. And I think that's what we're all about in AEW. And I think that's why.
So saying she loves the fans, and then here's a picture of her.
Oh my god!
Being at least 5 feet away from her fans.
Jeez Louise.
And yeah, that's all the comments are. Is this just like she's playing the role just to get money? We'll see. She'll be at Mania the next year.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
man, fans are haters. Oh,
yeah, this picture cracks me up though.
Sure. Poor little girl.
Yeah, why won't you just let? I don't know. You got
Or
a
just stand
retarded.
closer. She ain't gonna bite.
You got a retarded brother. I'm sure you deal with that shit.
Oh
all the
my
time.
god.
What is this? Holy shit!
Kick out.
Oh yeah, this move you sent me.
Oh yes.
Quick. And wait a minute, back. Oh, cover on that kick out. Kick out by Styles. Oh, so close. Oh, what a
Oh man, yelp.
That was a badass. That could be a finisher. That's a badass fucking
Oh man.
little backbreaker right there. That's
That
fucking
fucking
badass.
yelp he did made me win so hard. It sounded like he was out of breath.
on that kick out. Kick out by Styles. Oh, so close. Oh, what a good
Yeah. Yo.
Here's Jeff Jarrett hitting Beetlejuice with the guitar.
Oh man. Oh shit. You ever see that video when Howard Stern's interviewing Beetlejuice? And like he gives a basic math question. He goes like, "What's 2 + 3? 35."
Yeah, I see one where they had like a spelling contest, and they were like, "Spell red," and then they just like,
Yeah, that's close enough.
and they're like, "Whoa, think about it first."
Yeah, just think about it first. He goes,
"Yeah,
Q."
yeah, you have time. Don't let me finish the word first."
Oh man,
it's funny.
Fucking Beetlejuice.
Here's you sent me this. There's a storyline going
Lots of
on
countries fight for their independence, but not Uganda. We gave it back to you because we didn't want it anymore.
And Lord White.
A lot of countries.
Dude, they're really they're doing pretty good storylines in this.
Dude,
Uganda
I'm all about it,
wrestling.
man. I see the clips pop up on Twitter all the time, and I'm just like, this makes me so freaking happy.
Yeah, they're actually really. You could tell they're doing their diligence in making a good story and bringing even
Like they call him Lord White.
Yeah, a random white dude, Lord White.
Oh shit, that is fucking funny.
I do like what they're doing, even though they're just people playing in the mud or whatever, in a random grassy patch.
Oh shit.
Here's a clip of Jericho singing. I don't know if you saw this.
I look and see it's not just me. So many others have stood where I stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. They call us problem child. We set our lives on trial. We walk an endless mile. We are the youth gone wild. We stand and we won't fall. We're one and one for all. The writing's on the wall. We are the youth gone wild. Living
What the fuck?
I don't know why he's singing. If someone told him he couldn't sing, or if he's doing it for a cameo or what, but
I don't know, dude. He sounds like oh my god, the guy from fucking Motley Crue.
when he's like,
yeah, just like
I told you I saw them live accidentally, Fozzy. Whenever I went to,
I was gonna say Motley Crue. That's kind
no,
of weird.
I saw Fozzy accidentally when I went with a chick to see Theory of a Dead Man, and they opened up.
Dude, that's fucking cool.
I was like, "What the fuck? That's Chris Jericho." He's like, "What the fuck is up, San Antonio?" Yeah, he sounded just like that, like Toad or something. Hey, it's me. Yeah.
Oh my god, that hurts my throat just hearing you.
But rest in peace, Chris Jericho's voice.
I know, man. All the smoking and January 6 riots.
All the taking people's limelight whenever they're getting the what is it?
The sexual allegations.
No. Yes, but no. What do they call it? The rub. He's taking all their rub.
Oh, all the rub off of them.
The rub.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. Lastly, here, Rhea Ripley's tribute to Rikishi. I don't know if you saw a video of
Oh
this.
man, yes, sir, I did.
God damn. Oh my god.
Like me, I volunteer as tribute.
Jeez, dude. Such a nice.
Dude, she uploaded the video of that on her Instagram, but it's like the cameraman like up close.
Uh-huh.
Lorenzo, I'm here. Hey, right here.
I'd like to go down under that Australian outback. I don't know.
Hey, that's pretty good.
You call that a knife. Here's a knife.
Here's a
That's
knife.
an ass. That's an ass. Oh wait.
I say you played Knifey Yassi before.
the bite I would take if I was
if I was dying. Oh man.
Man, I miss WWE.
Oh, Matt Hardy. That's so fucking funny.
Too bad he can't remember anything now from all the concussions.
Dude, so is him and his wife back together?
I wouldn't doubt it. I don't know. I don't
know because I saw that they were at a Raw together.
I haven't seen any news that they have gotten back or any news that they've
split up.
Yeah, so obviously it's probably just like, oh man, we shouldn't have even reported on that because nothing happened. It's just another.
It's like, here goes Rebby again.
It's just another, man-woman relationship.
Like, ain't she 50? She's making TikTok still? Oh boy, here we go again.
But that'll be the podcast for the day. That's all, kayfabe. I want to thank everyone for listening. Thank Gabe for being here. Y'all can see it every Mondays at 11 o'clock Central on the YouTube or any podcast player. Just search That's All Kayfabe. What do you want to say to the people, Gabe?
Thank y'all again for watching. My eyes are watering, not because I'm crying. Well, maybe a little bit because I wish I was in Nia Jax's place that night.
Oh my god, yes.
But
all of us.
But thank y'all guys for listening, watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, all that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm. Thank y'all so much.
Poor people don't like AEW.
Being a poor person and listening wherever you can. We'll see y'all next Monday for, I don't know, we're getting close to WrestleMania, so
it's gonna be good.
Oh yeah. We'll see y'all later. Take care, guys.
Bye, guys.